new insurance product. Only if you want to. You don't necessarily have to, but if you want to transition into MPP, there's a set of rules been established by FSA that will enable you to make that transition, and I'll review that in a little bit. That said, if one enrolls in MPP, one can still forward contract one's milk and one's feed, if he or she wants to, can continue to use futures and options to provide risk protection. And the question is why would a producer want to do both? Well, there's a variety of reasons, but I list two here. Because of the structure of the MPP program, there is a significant portion of the value of the milk, that is the milk component values, that are not protected by the MPP program. The reason is because under this program, the implicit assumption is that milk has average U.S. quality. And when I'm talking about quality, I'm talking about the amount of solids and the composition of those solids. If you're an owner of a Jersey herd, your composition is going to be a lot different, and the value, the component values per hundredweight of your milk are going to be a lot different than that assumed under the MPP program. So that additional value is not protected. You may want to use some additional risk management instruments to cover those additional values. Secondly, there is, under MPP, as you'll see, we have to develop a production history, sort of like in crop insurance where you have your base acreage. This is going to be your base production. And given your current value of that base production, you can only insure up to 90% of that production with MPP. So at the minimum, there's going to be 10% of your milk uninsured of your APH that will be uninsured if you decide to join MPP. So again, someone may want to forward contract the milk of that 10% along with the feed associated with it. You can't use LGM to cover that milk, but you could also use futures and options to set that minimum income margin for that 10% of that milk. Again, it may be a different level than you're getting under MPP. But that's why, again, it should be important to remember that except for LGM, other risk management systems can be used even when MPP is part of an operations standard operating procedure. Sign up. Again, sign up can happen anytime over the life of the Farm Bill during designated enrollment periods. Again, I'll go through those dates. I'll provide those dates and those updated dates in a little bit. But given that this is a one and done decision in terms of the utilization of LGM, I encourage producers, if they're thinking about having LGM as some possibility of being a part of their risk management system, to look at the merits of both MPP and LGM in terms of their specific operation, to say, hey, which one looks like it fits my situation better? The one nice thing is if one decides to hold off participating in MPP, one can always join later, but the reverse is not true. Again, once you purchase your LGM, you cannot join MPP after, well, let me back up. I'll address that in a minute, but the bottom line is it's a one-time decision with respect to MPP and your ability to purchase LGM to cover your margin risk. So what we thought it would be, given this restriction, and this